Today's video is about the RTX 3060 and a comparison with the 3070 Ti. The timestamp for it starts at 3 minutes 47. Starting with the PC setup, I've went with i5 9600KF, 16GB of Trident CPU running at 3600 MHz, and for motherboard is the Rog Z390i ITX motherboard. I didn't want to invest more money into new components, and I also saw a lot of people on the internet that are just potentially looking to upgrade the GPU and while using the same CPU. Therefore, those people who's not really looking forward to upgrade the CPU could have an idea of how it would perform. I have tested everything in 2K, and I will make a comparison with the RTX 3070 Ti and i7 11700KF from the previous video to kinda give an idea of how big the difference is if you decide to go in and build a brand new system. Because PCIe Gen 4 might have some impact as well. Starting with Cinebench R23, the CPU scored 6019 in multi-core and 1170 in single-core. The i7-11700KF thus has 2.4 times the performance of the CPU. Next, FF15 benchmark was tested in 2K high quality. Forza Horizon 4 was tested with 2K Ultra preset. And the result was 124 FPS, while the RTX 3070 Ti scored 183. Next is Rainbow Six Siege tested with 2K Ultra. With 255 FPS, this is around 77 FPS lower than an RTX 3070 Ti. Overall, it has around 30 to 60% of difference depending on the game. Moreover, it has a stable 1927 MHz and most of the time running around 60 degrees, but in some more intensive games it does run up to 67, with the fan spinning at around 1500 fpm, which is still okay in my opinion. I also tested the productivity for render with V-Ray. And of course, with more CUDA cores, the RTX 3070 Ti wins the 3060 by 107%. And around 84% for the RTX test. Next, we're gonna have some real gameplay to show the performance of it, starting with DCS World. With 2K high setting, it has an average of 34 FPS. What? Next is Naraka Blade Point at 2K mid setting but with a DLSS turned on, and this is a fairly new game, so it only has an average of 80 FPS because it's not well optimized.
Oh, 好爽哦，火炮！
Apex Legend has a far higher temperature than the other games, and my guess is that it's because this is the only one that could utilize nearly 100% of the GPU power. Warzone was tested with 2K low setting and DLSS turned on. This is the only game so far that's kinda disaster because how heavily bottlenecked it is with the CPU. And to be fair though, it wasn't like this before, but after some patch, it heavily uses the CPU power and I don't know. The frame rate become inconsistent and I get a lot more stutter than usual. So hopefully they would fix it in the future.
Enemy UAV active!
The last game tested is Battlefield 5, and this is the only game I played so far that put a lot of pressure on both the GPU and the CPU. That's the end of the video and thank you for watching. You don't really have to sub, but if you can comment on how I can improve my content, that will help me a lot.